Hello, everyone, and welcome to September 2026 edition of Predicting Film Trailers of what is to come in the future and in the near future. So, I have a lot of things to discuss about trailers and giving them updates since they were not yet released or recently released. So, I have a lot to discuss about trailers and things. So, that's that out of the way. So it's time to predict some trailers and things. So that's all I'm saying for the intro here. So let's go. It's about time. First is Gremlins 3, set for the release of November 2027 by Warner Brothers. And so I want to say that the trailer for Gremlins 3, it will most likely premiere with either Bad Fairies, the Ocean's prequel, Man of Tomorrow, or a Minecraft movie squared. So yeah, that's all I can say for the trailer for Gremlins 3, getting closer to its November theatrical release. And so yeah, that's all I can say for the third Gremlins film before November 2027. Next is Final Destination 7, set for the release of May 2028 by Warner Brothers and New Line Cinema. So, I really wanted to say that the trailer for Final Destination 7, it will most likely premiere early in late summer with either Shiver with Keanu Reeves or The Conjuring First Communion in September. And so yeah, so that's all I can say for the trailer for the 7th Final Destination film getting closer to its May 2028 release. Next is Oh the Places You'll Go, set for the release of March 2028 by Warner Brothers Pictures Animation. And so yeah, so I really wanted to say that the trailer for this film, it will most likely premiere with either Bad Fairies or a Minecraft movie squared. So that's all I can say for the computer animated adaptation of Oh the Places You'll Go by the late Dr. Seuss, who wrote the other book classics including The Cat in the Hat, The Grinch, etc. Next one is Margie Claus, set for the release of November 2027 by Warner Brothers Pictures Animation. So this is a Christmas computer animated film, and so I really wanted to say that the trailer for Margie Claus, it will most likely premiere with the Ocean's prequel, Bad Fairies, or a Minecraft movie squared. So yeah, so that's all I can say for the animated Christmas comedy musical film. So yeah, Margie Claus for November 5th, 2027. Next one is Dynamic Duo, set for the release of June 2028 by Warner Brothers Pictures Animation and DC Studios. So it's a computer animated film, or most likely a large scale puppet animation. And so yeah, so I'm sure the Dynamic Duo trailer will most likely premiere alongside The Batman Part 2, because The Batman Part 2 is classed as an early 2028 release. And so yeah, late winter and early spring. And so yeah, that's all I can say for the trailer for Dynamic Duo. Most likely to go with The Batman Part 2, so yeah. Next is the final trailer of The Cat in the Hat, set for the release of November 2026 by Warner Brothers Pictures Animation. And so yeah, so I think the final trailer for The Cat in the Hat with the ticket pre-sales, I think it will most likely to be October. So yeah, between early October and late October, and so yeah, getting closer to the time for The Cat in the Hat animated film coming out in to the big screens in November. So yeah, that's all I can say for the animated The Cat in the Hat film. Next is Shiver, the new film by Tim Miller and starring Keanu Reeves, set for the release of August 2027, which is next August. And so yeah, so I'm sure that the second trailer for Shiver, it will most likely to premiere with either Fast, the Ocean's prequel, or Men of Tomorrow. And so yeah, so that's all I can say for Shiver, the new film with Keanu Reeves, likely to premiere during early summer to get the second trailer. Next up is Beach Read, set for the release of May 2027 by 20th Century Studios. So it's a romantic drama film based on the book of the same name from 2020, so I would expect the trailer to come out during autumn, maybe with the major releases like Whale Fall or Wild Horse 9. And so yeah, I'm just thinking both. So the Beach Read trailer will premiere alongside both Whale Fall and Wild Horse 9. That's just my guess. So yeah, that's all I can guess for the Beach Read trailer. Next one is The Beatles, a 4-part cinematic event set for the release of April 2028 by Sony Pictures. And so yeah, so that's all I can say for this film. So the trailer for it, it will most likely premiere with Helldivers in November 2027. And so yeah, because that film is another Sony Pictures major release of late 2027. And so yeah, so that's all I can say for the Beatles film. So the Beatles film trailer will most likely premiere with Helldivers in November of 2027. So yeah. Next thing, I'm gonna predict some of the things for Super Bowl 2027, which is next year's Super Bowl, taking place in February of 2027. So I'm about to predict some of the things to get trailers at the Super Bowl 61 next year. The first thing that I'm about to predict for next year's Super Bowl is the final trailer for Godzilla X Kong Supernova, where they could get ticket pre-sales during the final trailer. And so I'm sure the final trailer for the film early next year would be get tickets now or tickets on sale now. So yeah, I'm sure Warner Brothers and Legendary will confirm to get the final trailer in February 2027 ahead of its theatrical release in March 2027. So yeah. Next thing for next year's Super Bowl is a Minecraft movie Squared. This is a summer release of 2027, so yeah. So, since this is a summer release, some people may think the trailer come out in late 2026, and some people's theories think that a Minecraft movie squared will get the trailer early next year during Super Bowl. And so yeah, Super Bowl is a good guess for the trailer for a Minecraft movie squared ahead of its next summer release. So yeah. Next one for Super Bowl 61 next year is Sonic the Hedgehog 4 will get the final trailer with ticket pre-sales ahead of its theatrical release on March 19th, 2027. So yeah, that's all I can say for Sonic the Hedgehog 4. Likely to have the different marketing to Sonic the Hedgehog 1, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, and Sonic the Hedgehog 3. Them three have different marketing to start off with their first trailers and end with their final trailers with ticket pre-sales. I'm sure Sonic the Hedgehog 4 will get the final trailer in February 2027 with ticket pre-sales. And the last thing for next year's Super Bowl is next year's Star Wars film, Star Wars Starfighter, currently set for the release of May 2027. So yeah, I highly doubt they will get the commercial TV spot, just like The Mandalorian and Grogu did get the commercial spot during Super Bowl, and then after Super Bowl, it got the full-length trailer, so I'm sure Star Wars Starfighter will get the full-length trailer during Super Bowl or after Super Bowl. That's just a good guess. Maybe in March or maybe in February. So yeah. Next up is Brazil Comic Con, aka CCXP 2026. I'm gonna predict some of the things there, including the trailers by the film studios. So yeah. The first thing that I'm about to predict for Brazil Comic Con in December 2026 is Man of Tomorrow, the sequel to James Gunn's Superman. So yeah. So I'm always thinking that Man of Tomorrow will likely to follow the same marketing strategy as Superman in December 2024 and Supergirl in December 2025 ahead of their releases. And so yeah, and I'm always thinking that the Man of Tomorrow teaser trailer will likely to premiere in front of Avengers Doomsday, Dune Part 3, and Jumanji Open World. They're the three biggest major releases in December of 2026 to end the year. So yeah. Next thing that I'm predicting for Brazil Comic Con in December 2026 is Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse. This is set for next summer. And so yeah, and most people think that the trailer for Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse will likely to come out in December, just like Across the Spider-Verse did get the first look of the film back in December of 2021. And I highly doubt that Beyond the Spider-Verse will likely to get the trailer to premiere in front of Jumanji Open World. That's definitely a good guess, so yeah. And the last thing that I came up with an idea to predict a trailer for Brazil Comic Con is Children of Blood and Bone, the final trailer with the ticket pre-sales. So I really wanted to say that the final trailer for Children of Blood and Bone with ticket pre-sales, it will most likely to premiere in December for the tickets for premium formats and IMAX screenings of Children of Blood and Bone. That's all I can say for the idea that I come up with for Brazil Comic Con, aka CCXP 2026. And lastly, so I had 3 films that I came up with predictions for this October's New York Comic Con. The first thing that I'm predicting for this October's New York Comic Con is How to Train Your Dragon 2 live action. The sequel to the live action How to Train Your Dragon. So I'm just thinking that it will likely to follow the same marketing as the first live action How to Train Your Dragon. So I am thinking that the teaser trailer for How to Train Your Dragon 2, or actually the first trailer of it, it will most likely to premiere at New York Comic Con first, and then it will release online in November, just like How to Train Your Dragon did in November 2024 with the film Wicked. So yeah. Next is Jumanji Open World, set for the release of December 2026 by Sony Pictures. So I'm just thinking of when the next trailer will be released. So the next trailer released, it will most likely to premiere at New York Comic Con in October, and then showcase with the other Sony films like Clara and the Sun, Ghost Soldier, etc. So yeah. Or maybe a little bit early for The Social Reckoning. So yeah, that's all I can say for the next trailer for Jumanji Open World. So yeah, getting closer to its December release. So yeah. And lastly is The Legend of Zelda, set for the release of next spring. So yeah, getting closer to early summer. So I want to say that the Legend of Zelda trailer, it will most likely to premiere at New York Comic Con, and then it will likely to premiere with Jumanji Open World in December, which is another Sony film. So yeah, that's all I can say for the live action Legend of Zelda film, getting closer to the end of April 2027 as a theatrical release. So yeah. Thank you everyone for tuning in with me, Lamas Hardio. And thank you for watching the September 2026 edition of me predicting film trailers of what is to come in the future and in the near future from middle of this year to 2028. And so yeah, from 2026 and beyond. So yeah, so that's all I'm gonna say for the outro here to end this video. So have yourself a great September, and I might be coming back for another edition or so. So peace out.